back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Anya, and you can call me Onion Bear. And I am so excited. It is almost Halloween, you guys. So excited. I love this time of the year the most. It's literally the best time of the year. The leaves are falling, all kinds of different colors. It's beautiful out. Anyways, I would like to tell you guys a story today, and that story is of a haunted mansion in Vietnam. So the story starts off with a mansion that was built by a fisherman. After many years of saving up, he finally managed to get enough money to actually build this mansion of his dreams. Now, this mansion wasn't just for himself. It obviously was supposed to house him and his family, so his wife, his son of 15 years old, and his daughter of 4 years old. So due to the fisherman's job, he would constantly be going away for multiple days, weeks, or even months on end. And so to help out his wife with the children, general housekeeping, he would hire a nanny or other kind of employees just to help her out a bit and, you know, settle in. So everything was great until the son turned 16 years old. Now, at that time, 16 years old, you're a teenager, you want to start exploring, and so you eventually start experimenting with romance and emotions of the sorts, basically. And that's basically what the son did as well. He fell in love with a classmate of his, and they started dating. Now, the parents, they were very traditional in that sense. They didn't really want him to stray from his studies. They really wanted him to, you know, have a good education and not follow in his father's footsteps of being a fisherman. They really wanted him to be more like, you know, a doctor of a sort, or, you know, anything that would be a little bit more prestigious, I guess. So they didn't want him to date, because dating leads to your mind wandering off and you're not focusing on school as much, and that would lead to worsened grades. And that's basically what happened as well. So his grades worsened, and his parents found out, and they confronted him. That's basically when he spilled the beans and was like, yes, I am dating a girl from my class, and there is nothing you can do about it. Now, this is where the story turns sad. The parents insisted that he should stop seeing the girl, and of course at this time we don't know exactly what happened, what was said, what was done, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, the son committed suicide. He hung himself in his room, and he was found the next morning. His eyes popped out of the sockets of his head, and his tongue sticking out, blue face, just a horrifying scene that no one should see, especially no parents should see their child like that. Now, of course, after a while, life has to go on. So the fisherman would keep going away for work, would come back after long periods of time. Now, in this time frame, when he was not there, what would happen is the mother would be haunted by the son. She would be sleeping alone in bed, and she would then hear the son crying. Now, of course, she would be a little bit confused and be like, he's not with us anymore, how can I still hear him cry? So she would kind of, you know, like toss and turn around a little bit, and when she turned around, she would actually see the son laying next to her in bed with his eyes wide open, because of course that's how he died, his tongue sticking out, the blue face. Now, the wife would of course tell the husband of these occasions, and he wouldn't believe her. He wouldn't believe her. So they would still live there. Other things would happen as well. The nanny, when she would go to the refrigerator and, you know, grab some food to prepare. She would open the door, and when she was done, she'd close the door, and that's when she would actually see him standing right next to her. Same stare on his face, and just a horrifying scene. So of course she would fall down. She would be extremely scared and like confused, like what is going on. And then so after she, you know, gathered herself, she would look around and she wouldn't see anyone. It was just like he never was there. Unfortunately, the haunting doesn't stop there. Whenever a maid or the nanny would go ahead and, you know, dust the room or just kind of tidy it up a little bit, or whenever anyone went into the room, they would feel this dark, ominous, like very hostile presence. And so they would very rarely actually want to get into that room. So whenever they would actually go in there and basically mess around with the room, that evening or that night, they would actually be haunted by the sun, by the bed sheets being pulled off of the bed while they were asleep. Basically a warning sign of like, leave my stuff alone. I don't want you touching it. And another very scary encounter was, or at least I think it would have been very scary, was that the 4-year-old daughter would be playing on the ground or playing wherever, say in the living room, and she would be laughing to herself and talking and, you know, having like full-blown conversations with something that wasn't there. And whenever the mother would ask, "Who are you talking to?" the daughter would be like, "I'm talking to my brother. He's sitting here right next to me. We're playing, we're having fun." That, when I heard this story the very first time, that gave me so much chills. I can't even tell you guys. That is like one of the weirdest things ever. So again, that was not the very last of it. One more haunting had to come. So since of course the father was not around very often, he didn't have any experiences with anything paranormal or just, you know, the sun kind of creeping on them. He didn't have any encounters until one evening. He went to go for a smoke out on the balcony of the mansion. Now, from the balcony of this mansion, he could actually look into the son's bedroom. So like, I guess on the same floor, like on the floor above, he would be able to actually look into the window of the son's bedroom. And that's basically when he saw him. His own son hanging there, just how they found him. After that evening, they decided, enough is enough. We cannot stay here any longer. Which I'm sure was a very, very difficult decision, because after saving up so much money, after so much time to build an amazing life, an amazing house for yourself, and everything was going well, and then to have to give that up again to start from scratch was definitely not an easy choice, but it was a choice that had to be made. Now, they left, they put it up for sale, and someone else bought it. Now, the family that moved into that mansion again experienced the exact same things. Bed sheets would be pulled off of them. They would feel very, very ominous presence around in that specific bedroom, and just all kinds of, you know, very eerie hauntings. After the second family moved in there, they put it on the market again. No one's ever bought it since, because everyone knows exactly what happened there, and someone died there, and that it is haunted now. So no one lives there anymore, and even up until this day, there are still street vendors that would sell some of their items kind of in that general area, or even right outside of that mansion, and they would still, up until this day, see the son basically pacing back and forth in the house, kind of guarding it, I guess. Now, the reason why this sun spirit turned so evil, I guess, and very vicious and vengeful is because in Vietnam they actually believe that if a young person commits suicide or just dies before their time comes, they believe that that is the kind of spirit they become. They become vengeful. They become very mean and evil spirits, and their spirits will linger forever instead of being able to move on. So that is what's happening in this mansion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I heard this story, of course I can't guarantee the authenticity of this story. It was told to me by another Vietnamese friend. But let me know, have you heard of any stories like these? If so, leave them down below in the comment section, or if you have any stories of your own that you want me to tell, or any suggestions that you want me to talk about. Again, leave them in the comment section down below, or you can message me on any of my social medias where I will get back to every single one of you guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but since Halloween is right around the corner, me and my friends had actually carved some pumpkins, and I wanted to know from you guys, which ones do you like the most? So let me know which ones do you guys like the most, and I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully I will be uploading it on Halloween. I will see you guys soon. Bye!